Okay, we are back in Legend Heroes Trails from Zero. Where we last left off, we kicked off, I think it's the final day of the festival, so there's two new requests. We need to exterminate a monster on the mains mountain path, and they mentioned that this is a poison user, so be prepared. Then we have the urgent request from City Hall, and this is Phantom Thief B, so just so you know. We fed the feline, we're good on that front. And it's time to just do the patrol, I guess. We'll find out for sure if this is the final day when we get to the store, the one store, I'll point out when we get there. Thank ADOs all that damn commotion outside is over after today. Till then, though, I guess y'all should enjoy yourselves while you still can. Well, that kinda confirmed it, I guess. But yeah, we did get the invitation to the Swords auction, so we're able to attend now. That means today's gonna be a lot longer than the other ones. Still so much left to see in Crossbell, so I decided to extend our stay 4 more days. We'll be able to enjoy ourselves at our own pace. It's a little longer than we expected to be here, but this is a once-in-a-lifetime honeymoon. I want to savor it. Sure hope I can handle all of my balloons today. I'm supposed to get a bonus if I manage to hand all of them out. You can just, like, let them go, just saying. In the mood for some scrumptious fluffy popcorn. We'll be catching the last bus home today, so if you want some, now's your chance. Danny couldn't take me to Michelin or Arkansas, but that's okay. We both had lots and lots of fun. After hanging out in the entertainment district, I'll hit up the Harbor District's food stalls and then wrap up the day with Michelin's fireworks. I'm going to enjoy this festival to the very end. There are bracers patrolling around the train station, working hard as usual. Those bracers really are dependable. I had the entire festival, and I still wasn't able to do anything special for Mimi. Well, she had a great time, so that's all I can really ask for. The Anniversary Festival's closing ceremony is going to be held this afternoon, and as a Crossbell, and I feel compelled to see out the festival to its end. Come on, let's go to Michelin. We can spend the night at the hotel and play in the theme park. Are you crazy? How much do you think it costs to stay there? We're going to see the closing ceremony today, and that's final, Ryu. You better not go on your off now, okay? I think I've eaten at most of Crossbell's restaurants now. Now what? Should I make my way to the fabled Michelin and try my luck there? My train home is about to leave, but I still want to see more of the city. I wish I could stay a little longer. On the last day of the Anniversary Festival, Michelin throws their big annual fireworks show. I spent the last year's closing day there, and boy, let me tell you, you haven't seen a fireworks show until you've seen Michelin's. But I want to go to the department store. We can see Wendy whenever we want. Wendy works in this part of the city, doesn't she? Why don't we find her and say hi? My aching head. Yeah, I definitely had too much to drink last night. My head won't stop throbbing. I can't remember a thing. I didn't do anything bad, did I? Today we're planning to throw an appreciation party. After we finish closing up shop, us employees are going together and have a few drinks. This year's been busy for us at Vincent. Man, that's a big family. Suppose I'll go help out in the kitchen today. Today is the last day of the festival, eh? I suppose I could at least go listen to the mayor's closing speech. After all the hubbub, now comes the calm. It's actually pretty nice. Mom, when did you come to Crossbell? What about work? Is it really okay for you to be here? Your grandmother told me to come, so I really didn't have any choice but to hurry back home as fast as I could. More importantly, I wanted to see my darling children's faces again, so I snuck away from work for a little bit. And then that's a repeat between the two of them. A huge family showed up at the restaurant today. I'm gonna have to put my game face on and get to work. Excuse me, can you please add one more chair? Of course, give me just one moment. Granny's word is law in this family. Not a big deal that I have to be here. Today is the last day of the festival, so I'll spend it with my family. The Anniversary Festival should be enjoyed with one's family. I certainly won't hear any objections from my own family on that matter. No, sir. Mother, I still have work to finish. You nagging me is just distracting. You need a break every once in a while, you know. Stop staying there and sit down so we can start to eat. That's right, there are so many tourists wandering around Central Square. By the way, I'm planning to see Tio today. Yes, no need to worry. Just who are you talking to, Chief? Isn't that your boss, Tio? Shouldn't you greet him? I would rather not. Talking with him is always mentally exhausting. Damn, blowing us, his friends off, just to have lunch with his family? What is he, some kind of little kid whose mommy and Gram have to wipe his mouth while he eats? But being surrounded by family, I guess I kinda envy him, just a little though. That Ferric actually seems to be having fun with this family. It'd be pretty nice that my family had such a caring grandmother looking after us. It's already the last day of the festival, I'm gonna cry. Still, you better believe I'll be here next year with my sweets, so don't forget me. We totally ended up eating at every single food stall, didn't we? I'm sort of scared to weigh myself now. If the scale will even support your weight, just saying. Same. But, like, I think it'd be scary if you kept gaining weight and didn't know why. Have you tried not shoving food in your mouth every time you open it? Just wondering. Alright, time to give it my all today. Can't have my daughter show me up anytime soon. Apparently Sky has to go on a business trip next week, too. Welcome to Time's Department Store. We are open till 11 PM tonight. With our extended hours, you got all day and night to shop, so feel free to browse around for as long as you'd like. We're having an anniversary festival closing sale, so we intend to stay open 2 hours longer than usual. Later tonight, all our stores will be holding a massive sale on their most popular items. Certainly does sound tempting, but duty calls. We have some pressing business over at Michelin today. Sorry that I'm depriving you of this opportunity, guys. You're giving us that sincere of an apology just over us missing some sale? Oh well, at this point, we're such pros at having crappy timing, it's almost kind of funny. I'm not laughing. I set the entire anniversary festival away, and the grind continues. Getting sent out to run some errands almost feels like a reprieve. Just really want to pass my residency exam and work at St. Ursula Medical College. I've put in the work. Hey there, we got some new issues that came in this morning. Stock is limited, so buy them while you can. Yeah, we have those too. Here's a special edition. I thought it actually was called the special edition, which is why I was a little confused, but it's just issue 5. Apparently I have to watch my mom shop until crazy late tonight. News that Times was staying open late was nothing short of a thrill for Mom and other regulars. That flyer that came this morning blew me away. It said the Times is keeping its door open super late tonight. How much will they keep tickling my heart until they're satisfied? That sales contest Prada proposed to me completely slipped my mind. Well, be it victory or defeat, it doesn't matter as long as you put your heart into your business. Pearl is so lucky to be engaged to a bracer. I can't help feeling jealous every time I think about it. I want a fiancé who will appreciate my feminine charms. Oh, I was delighted when I gave her the brooch I picked out yesterday. I'm almost ashamed of what a poor husband I've been up to her up till now. From here on out, I think I'll start surprising her with gifts every so often, special occasion or not. The final day of the festival is such a grand occasion that I'm sure there'll be a lot of men out there trying to pop the question. A guy buys a ring with 3 months worth of pay and then waits for the perfect moment. No matter how many years go by, I doubt that custom will ever change. It doesn't have to be 3 months. I mean, you don't want the wait to last longer than the marriage. That'd be kind of messed up, am I right? Oh, Hanson, he completely forgot about our sales contest. Jeez, he's always in his own world. Okay, off to Gen 10, still don't know how it's pronounced. Hamburgers are pretty good. Keep them cold in the last few days too, so please buy as much as you like. And we'll pay you for those on Tuesday, don't worry. My, what a shame. It's already the last day of this festival. So caught up looking at everything in here, I haven't been outside much at all. Maybe at the end of the day, gazing at all these new orbital gadgets is the most exciting thing for a lady like myself. A tourist from Erebonia purchased one of our orbital vehicles just now. Apparently I have the parade to thank for that sale. The tourist mentioned that seeing how smoothly the cars in the parade drove was what made him want to buy one for himself. I wanted a memento of my trip to Crossville, so I bought this gorgeous pendant with a little orbital light attached. There are a lot of rare goods here, but most everything else is just so pricey. Managed to break the orbital wristwatch I bought today as soon as I put it on. I'm currently having it fixed at the repair counter. Maybe I really am orbital impaired. Chaco, she's really been going at it non-stop during the anniversary festival. Okay, it's decided next year I'll take her to Michelin or something. I'm glad that the festival seems like it's going to end without any hitches again this year. At least, there weren't any as far as I heard, and you know what they say, no good news is good news. No, there definitely were a few hitches this year. Well, I guess it's just proof all our hard work that It's just proof of all our hard work that the average citizen thinks nothing went wrong. Hey Lloyd, out investigating again? Being a detective sounds like tough work. Since you're finally back home, let's go hang out with Oscar sometime. That'd be nice if I could find the time. I should be the one saying that. So last time we got a slot for Ellie. Let's get one for Tio. And I need to hold on to everything else here because we're going to be kicking off a new chapter, so I have to make new quartz. Well, it's going to be the... what's it called? There's something before Chapter 4. Was it intermission, I think? So just be aware. We may actually have to wait for Chapter 4 to properly kick off to get the final set of quartz. If I recall correctly, that building used to be the Crossbell News Service. Didn't they move to the Harbor District, though? What's it being used for these days? It's already the last day of the festival. The city is just too big. I haven't even toured half of it yet. Oh, you have no excuse, man. I do that several times a day. Come on, let's check out the entertainment district. You wouldn't believe the trouble I went through to sneak away from home. Now's the time for fun. Whoa, you're a fantastic cook, Tululu. Not a lot of inns where I go, so I often end up camping out for the night. Hurry up and finish eating so we can go. Yeah, okay. Planning on walking around the outskirts of town with Katerina today. Gonna find a new spot with a great view. Guess it makes sense given how she's been traveling alone all this time. But even so, I'm surprised at how on point her seasoning game is. Today is the last day of the Anniversary Festival. The first of these festivals was held to celebrate the establishment of Crossbell as an independent state and to pray for its continued success. I think I'd like to spend today relaxing and reflecting quietly on my thoughts. It's good to see you all again. I'm worn down from soaking in the entire festival, so I'll be taking it easy today. I, of course, plan to watch the fireworks tonight. She's gonna watch the neighbors fight? I'm just kidding. Something there may be a little lost in translation for non-native English speakers. Go ahead, enjoy yourself, Oscar. In the meantime, I'll be experimenting with ideas for my next bread creation. The closing ceremony is going to be held in the afternoon at City Hall today. Maybe I'll go check it out. Mayor McDowell will be in attendance. I normally do all my relaxing in the residential district. Thing is, there was an exhausted-looking man sitting on my favorite bench. Poor chap looked so glum that I surrendered and left the seat to him. Hello there. Fancy meeting you here, Ilya. Yep, I recently discovered this place, got hooked instantly. Pretty much eat their bread for lunch every day at this point. The rush is calming down. Perhaps we should use this opportunity to take a breather. You put in some serious physical labor as a baker. Even I'm starting to feel worn out right about now. Hey, I heard you managed to find the kid. What a relief. I bet his parents were worried sick from losing him in that insane crowd. Certainly were. I'm just glad it all turned out okay. Quick question for you, Oscar. Have you ever been to Michelin? Afraid not. Not particularly interested in theme parks. I think Wendy's gone a lot of times, though. I see. May not really be my thing, but I've been hearing all about how huge of a hit Michelin is these days. It's become a staple for dates and family outings. I'm headed back home today. I'll have to remember to pick up plenty of souvenirs for the family and friends before I pack it up. I managed to get a perfect view of the parade. With that checked off my list, I think I'll just take it easy and stroll around for the rest of the festival. Oh, weren't you going to see Arc Unsealed today? Better hustle and make a detour and you might miss the whole performance. Maybe I should try checking out Central Square's attractions today. But they've got some furnishings that would match my home's aesthetic. So remember, with them out here, they shouldn't be in here. Why do they have wine on the table when they're not there? Real quick. Wow, she got 150 EP from that one slot? Jeez. Excuse me there, you're in the way. I'd like to wrap up any remaining work by the end of the day. Should be free by the evening if I put my all into finishing things up. I intend to make an extraordinary feast for dinner tonight. Gotta put my heart and soul into preparing this. So one thing to keep in mind is when we go to Michelin, you'll get a chance to get a lot of affection points with someone. Ellie is currently the leader for me, I think, followed by Randy and then Tio in last. So if you wanted to try to set up a specific ending type deal, whatever you want to call the scene in the bank, this will be your like your last big chance to do something. I also Momo headed off to Michelin for the day. Told them to go enjoy themselves. They more than earned a break. They always help me out with the store, so a breather will do them some good. We'll see them at Michelin, I assume. Hello everyone, Harold already filled me in on everything that happened. I'm happy to hear that you found Colin before any harm could come to him. We're certainly relieved that we did. By the way, Mr. Grimwood, you wouldn't happen to be the lawyer that helped Mr. Hayworth in the past, would you? Can't say I did all that much, I just helped him draft up a debt adjustment plan. Back then he was in deep with a corrupt mafia-backed loan shark. His interest rates were hardly what I would call fair, so I lent him my aid. That must have really turned things around for him. Mafia-backed, huh? Because there's really nothing Ravache isn't willing to stoop to. They truly are quite the despicable lot. Mr. Grimwood, aren't you forgetting something, like the festival pamphlet? Remember, it lists the best order to see all the food stalls, so try not to get it mixed up, okay? Okay, these were the people in the restaurant, so this should be empty. This would be our chance to steal the silverware. There they are. Everyone, thank you so much for your help yesterday. I can't even begin to imagine how I'll ever repay you. There's nothing to repay us for, sir. It's reassuring to see that you've all calmed down, too. Right, I had Sophia and Colin rest for the remainder of the day, although something tells me Colin hasn't quite learned his lesson yet. We've been through one horrific loss already. I don't think we could bear to go through that kind of grief again. All I wish for now is to live a peaceful life with my family. You've all come again. Thank you, truly. I don't think I'll ever be able to repay you. Please, Mrs. Hayworth, we were only helping out those in need. It's our duty as officers, after all. Gotta admit though, Lloyd, pretty rare of us to get a request that actually feels like genuine police work. Don't hesitate to contact the Special Support Section again if you ever need it. We'll always help out however we can. Understood, I appreciate it. Thank you again so much, everyone. I'll be sure to take you up on that offer if anything more comes up. Oh, you're those guys from yesterday. You know, Mama said we were going to read a book together today, but I really wanted to play outside. Always a rascal, ain't ya? Try not to make your mother worry so much, okay, Colin? If that girl hadn't shown up at the right time yesterday, you would have been in some serious trouble. Yeah, I know, I'll stick close to Mama today. Thanks for helping me again. Say hi to that other girl for me, too. Okay. I'm going to have a blast at the festival today. I've got a big old bucket list of things to try out. I don't know if that house comes into play, I can't remember. Anyway, this is where Bond and Sunita live. Whoa, none of them are here. Probably at the entertainment district then. They could also be at the harbor. One of the two. You see... Huh. Phew. What? Detective Dudley? What were you doing in... Oh, it's just you guys. Leave me alone. I'm trying to enjoy my break. I guess, but, his posture exudes exhaustion. His papa's attitude doesn't seem like it takes any breaks, though. I wasn't aware he even worked. Lady Ellie, I'm pleased to inform you Master Henry will be returning early today. Really, thank you for notifying me. I'm happy to hear it. We must really have Grandfather get some rest. Likewise, my lady, Joanna has been cheerfully preparing dinner to celebrate this occasion. On that note, would you be free to join us for dinner this evening? I apologize, Helmer. I have important work to take care of today. I'm unsure of when I'll be able to return. Is that so? Pardon me for being presumptuous. Nonetheless, we shall prepare a plate for you just in case your schedule happens to change. I hope to see your continued efforts at work. It appears that Master Henry will be returning earlier than anticipated today. Never mind. I hope you continue to keep up the good work. Yo, Mademoiselle, it kinda looked like she had something she wanted to tell you. I'm sorry, Joanna, I can't leave my post today. I assume most of these are going to be empty, so real quick, just a reminder, because I'm going to be saying it probably in every video coming up. But Michelin has unique scenes. We'll be doing Ellie's on this playthrough, but I have to play through the game a second time to get the secret dungeon, the super boss. It's not really a super boss, it's literally the first enemy you fight in Azure. And I have to go through the entire game to get there, so I can do the Michelin scenes and the heart-to-heart scene at the bank with a second character. What I'm getting at is, if you have a preference beyond Ellie, either Randy or Tio, let me know. Maybe I'll try boarding one of those exclusive sightseeing airships today. After all, they're only available during the festival. I'm sure there'll be open seats too, given it's the last day. Hey there, wanna play? What better time to come and have some fun than the Anniversary Festival? Don't get too carried away, dear. Next time, I'll... Damn it! Welcome, would you like to try your luck at roulette? We made it to the last day of the festival. I bet something exciting will happen. My pockets are just filled with money. I won big this year. I think I'll hit up the casinos again next Anniversary Festival. Looking forward to enjoying myself again this year. Has the room been prepared, Drake? It has. Allow me to lead you to the back. I think you can actually go in the back in the Cold Steel games. It's good to see you again, Count. It's been far too long. Please, take one of the VIP seats over in the back. The Count loves to drop by more often around this time of year. Given his generosity, he's obviously one of our regular members of the VIP room. Oh, isn't that the Erebonian noble, Count Carlyle? He is an influential noble in eastern Erebonia. The rumors claiming that he visits the Anniversary Festival every year are true. I don't remember if he actually plays a role in Cold Steel or not. Today is the last day to take advantage of our big Anniversary Festival promotion. Go out there and have some fun. Okay. You can put this together with this to get 20% evasion. You can combine the Evergreen, I think, to get another 10% for a grand total of 30. I don't know if you can get any higher than that. Using the evade stuff. What will 100 mirror get me? It's actually not too bad. So I'm going to do that off camera to get the dartboard. I'm going to win big today if it's the last thing I do. Gotta rake in the dough while I still can. I feel like my luck is going to disappear as soon as the Anniversary Festival ends. I lost again. I don't get it. I was on fire yesterday. Shouldn't my luck have carried over? Damn it, I'll redeem myself tonight. Classic symptoms of addiction. He managed to win big yesterday, but he got all cocky today. His mirror went up in a big cloud of smoke. At the end of the day, you gotta realize the casinos are just trying to make a profit from you. That damn Drake keeps brushing me off. What's the big idea? To hell with him. If he can't even see what a beautiful girl I am, then he doesn't deserve me. So yeah, it costs 5,000, I think, for the board. Hey there, pal. You hungry for a delicious piping hot pizza? The Pal Pizza food stall is open for business for one last day. 3 cheers for the birth of Crossbell. Alright, now that I've rung in the occasion, it's time to party all day long. Hey, what are you up to? Ilya asked me to pick up some ice cream. Next performance is about to start. I should hurry up and get back to helping them. Looks like someone's working hard. She seems to finally found the path she wishes to walk. I sure am working in the dough today. You there, you look like you're dying for some smooth, delicious ice cream. Don't be afraid to indulge, my friend. You want 5 scoops? No problem. Heck, why stop there? Go for 7 scoops. Wow, this is delicious. This stall's ice cream sent me straight to dairy heaven. Talk about ending the festival on a high note. Today is actually our wedding anniversary. I'm glad we were able to spend it together in such a wonderful place. I would absolutely love to come to Crossbell's Anniversary Festival again. Yes, the fated day has finally arrived. I'm coming, Lady Ilya. Wait for me. Tap, did you hear the news? Some sicko was stalking Lady Ilya. I heard the police already caught him, but you know what? His actions are reprehensible, truly unforgivable. How dare he do that to my dearest Lady Ilya? If he thinks he can get out of this unscathed, he's got nothing coming for him, for we will finish him. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. However, I regret to inform you that Ilya and Risha are currently occupied. We should be the ones apologizing. Everyone's busy with preparations, right? It's not like we need them for anything urgent. We can drop by another time. I agree we should leave. Our apologies for the disturbance. Ah, so that's that. And so we arrive at the final day of the festival. I will take this opportunity to bid farewell to our departing guests with my brightest smile. So I hope that I can convey to them just how much I look forward to seeing them visit Crossbell again next year. Once a guest is checked out, we must ready the room as quickly as possible for the next guest. We're tasked with cleaning the rooms with both speed and precision so that our guests do not have to wait on us. No Kilika on that one. Okay, let's see, gotta replace the bath set, and then... Well, I think I learned a good lesson here. Going to a casino is a sure way to get rid of your mirror in the blink of an eye. Better watch my wallet, it's too dangerous in there. Our conceal show just ended, so I plan to relax with my daughter for the rest of this fine day. I'm going to look around the entertainment district with my father. I wonder if I can find any Elia merchandise. The hotel is emptying out now that the festival is coming to its end. Feel free to book a room if you need one. We have plenty of vacancies. Yeah, I definitely need to go to 9 Valley now that I think about it. That's just to figure out how to upscale my quartz. Festival's ending today. Damn, what a shame. Honestly, I wish all this chaos would stick around for the whole rest of the year. No, you got it all wrong. I swear that wasn't what I was getting at when I came up to you. I'm just saying, man, you could be a star. Just trust your pal Bishy here. I don't have any intention of doing that. Watch your mouth in front of my wife. Outrageous, you better watch yourself. Heard some pretty unsettling rumors about Crossbell's back alley. It looks like they were substantiated. Yeah, we'll worry about her when we come out of Garant. Ravash and Co. is being pretty quiet today. I imagine half their crew is headed for the estate right about now. If I recall correctly, they've been holding this event every year for around 8 years now. Schwarz auction must be well known in the world of organized crime. It's definitely made a name for itself. Even I've heard the rumors. Ravash even goes as far as advertising it, so I assume it serves as some sort of symbol of status in Crossbell's criminal underworld. It's finally the last day of the anniversary festival. Grace? Oh, it's my little ducklings. Jeez, you startled me. Cut me some slack here. Sorry about that. Did they give you time off for the last day of the festival too, Grace? As if. I was just taking a teensy little break. And besides, I'm covering the big closing ceremony this evening. Truth be told, I've been itching to investigate an entirely different place tonight. A different place? Don't tell me. She must be aware of the auction's existence as well. If only she had an invitation, you know? 3 cheers for the anniversary festival. A customer told me that today is the anniversary festival of Crossbell's founding in its estate. Really do learn something new every day. The hell you want, kid? Keep on around here, you're gonna wind up in a ditch. Catch my meaning? So it's finally something different. Damn, I gotta stay behind all today of all days. My luck blows. Hell you want? How many times I gotta tell you piss off? I'm busy here, got it? This isn't a place you can just hang out. If you understand, get the hell out of here, you'll regret it. Afternoon, dearies. If you're looking to buy, I recommend you do it quickly. If you see, I'm planning to close up my shop by evening today. So, one thing I'm wondering about that won't make sense to you guys unless you know about the Septarian. I wonder if Colin actually did die once. Poor dear, are you tired already? Well then I guess Mom will just have to give you a piggyback ride. Really? I'm getting sleepy. So I know other characters met unfortunate fates, I just have to find out if there's any mention in Azure about that. So yeah, that Colin thing can go really, really bad. Yes, I made a discovery. I'm always shocked just by how much work I can get done here at the library. The quiet atmosphere makes it easy to concentrate, and there are no annoying bosses yapping at you. Wait, what time is it? This is bad. I should already be on my way to the airport. Probably won't make it in time to present my thesis. I've been taking care of some much-needed cleaning today. I figured this is the perfect chance to spruce things up since there aren't too many visitors around. The festival's almost over, so I'm going all out. The police are out in full force today. Yeah, today's the closing ceremony, isn't it? It's the last day already. I don't want this to end. The last thing I need to do is hit up all these delicious-looking food stalls. First on the menu is the delicious omelet from whatchamacallit Village. Business has died down compared to yesterday, but still pretty busy. If I can just make it through today, then I can finally head back home to Armorca. Just gotta hang in there a little longer. Doesn't look like we'll be attracting any more customers to come visit Armorca. I think this year's rush is already over. It's probably time to close up shop. If you want to buy something, you better let me know now. Where do I even begin? I want to visit everything. The station is currently experiencing heavy congestion. Please take care not to get separated from your group or misplace your belongings. We're at the home stretch. Just one more day of the anniversary festival to go. Keep up the good work, guys. We'll get through this together. Thanks for the support, Fran. Suppose we can not tell her that our most difficult task is yet to come. Yeah, it's probably best not to mention that. We wouldn't want to get her involved. The closing ceremony is slated to begin after the cathedral bell is tolled in the evening. It's about time for everyone to gather together and help with that, too. It's kind of annoying that's still only 500 Mira. Still just crowded as ever out there. Whatever, I'm just here to buy some coffee, don't mind me. It's you guys. Chiefs are busy having a meeting about the security detail for the closing ceremony. Man, I wish they'd allocate some support for us down here too, though. Raymond, the interrogation rooms are all full. What should we do? Alright then, desperate times call for desperate measures. To the conference room. But more importantly, it's time for another patrol. To Station Street. Yep, this one's empty. They can use that. Occupied. So I will go into City Hall, but I'm not going to trigger the quest. The closing ceremony will be held inside the reception hall. Security guards for the venue will usher folks into the hall, so we got a ton of work to do. Got so much work to do today. Good luck with your duties, everyone. Actually, hold on a sec. Do I even have any mirror on me? Dang it, guess I'll go withdraw some at the IBC. Alright, I don't care if it kills me. I'm going shopping today, damn it. The closing ceremony is being held at 5 p.m. today. We've had a record turnout for the festival this year, so we're anticipating the venue will reach its maximum capacity. We'll also be broadcasting the speech out to the plaza for anyone that isn't able to enter the venue. So if you talk to them, it triggers... No, it's him that should trigger it. Why of all times does this have to happen while Mayor McDowell's out? Anyway, it seems like our only option now is to proceed with our preparations. I'll go secure more chairs for the venue. Talking to him triggers the quest. Basically, you can see the statue was stolen. I'll try to get the courier on the way out of the building. We released our special issue today. Make sure to pick up a copy for yourselves. Okay, I gotta cover the closing ceremony and the Business Association stage events today. Maybe I can snap some photos of the ship bound for Michelin afterwards. That reminds me. Grace just left the building a few moments ago. I feel like I can't quite get into my work the same way when I can when she's around. You know about the Pulitzer Prize, right? It's a prestigious award given to only the greatest journalists throughout Zemuria. I personally believe there's no higher honor than someone who's dedicated to journalism can receive. So that's a clue for the Phantom Thief B thing. It's one of your cards going to be over here. Come on, Anton, you gotta stop acting like the world's ending every time there's a little mishap. You know how it goes anyway. Your wallet's gonna pop up out of nowhere after you've long forgotten about it. A lot of families out here today, but I bet they're all going to Michelin, seeing it's the last day of the festival and all. I was thinking about going back home to Laboral today, but can't seem to find my wallet anywhere. What the heck do I do now? Adios, why must you kick me when I'm down? So I think that's a hidden quest that's going to pop up. Tons of people are heading to Michelin today. I'd be willing to bet they know about the Schwartz auction tonight. Well, they are the first division. Michelin tends to get pretty crowded during the anniversary festival. What I wasn't expecting was for the park here in the Harbor District to get so busy. Looks like I've got a lot of noodles to cook. Today's the last day of the anniversary festival. Here's a special little something from me. Instructions on how to make my famous scrumptious gelato. There you go, snow gelato. I absolutely must bring my husband home a souvenir. What are my options? Should we bring Daddy back some gelato? Or no, maybe he liked noodles better.
水上バスの乗り場。ここからミシュランに行くことができるんだよな。
ええ、30分に1本は運行していると思ったけど。記念祭の間は20分に1本出ているみたいですね。最終は夜の12時半みたいです。
そんな遅くまで出ているのか。
まあテーマパークで遊んでからレストランでディナーとしゃれ込んだらどうしても遅くなっちまうしな。ミシュラムにあるホテルなんざ普通は高くて泊まれないだろうし。
それでも今の時期は満室の可能性が高いでしょうね。どうするロイド、もう水上バスに乗ってミシュラムへ行ってしまう？
そうだな。
No, we're not
一
ready.
度ミシュラムに渡ったら他の仕事はできなくなりそうだ。頻繁に出ているみたいだし、一通り用事を済ませてから乗ろう。
そうね、買い物や工房での調整も済ませた方が良さそうですね。
そんじゃま用事が済んだらまたここに来るとしようぜ。
So we just have to examine the board to go, but we'll lose any quests that we don't complete before we go. My kid practically begged me to take him to Michelin. What can I say? I caved. I think we'll spend our whole day at the theme park. We're gonna ride a big boat to go to visit Michelin. The ship to Michelin will be arriving at this dock soon. We appreciate the patience of those who've been waiting. Man, I'm so nervous. My girlfriend and I are headed to Michelin. It's basically become a tradition to go there on the last day of the festival, right? At long last, it's time to depart for Michelin. Granted, I've only been waiting 10 minutes. Doesn't mean it hasn't felt like an eternity. Michelin sounds like fun. I wish I could go. But there's no point asking my grandpa to come with me when he's like this. Damned IBC, look what they did to my fishing spot. I don't know anything about this Michelin, but those guys are starting to piss me off. It's only a bad sign when he puts on a costume and tries to scare everyone away. Huh? Is that the man that's been sponsoring all those stage events? Looks like a perfectly normal old guy. I was honestly expecting someone much more eccentric. The bad news for that guy, if he goes the costume route, is we're already the 4 meddling kids with a dog. It's the last day of the festival, isn't it? Gotta say, I'm a bit depressed to see it go so soon. Almost feels like partying with a friend you hold dear. That dude's pretty cool for an old man. He's apparently the head of the Business Owners Association. The festival's almost over. It's the chairman. You can do it. Well, everyone, I'm afraid I have some saddening news. The joyous festival must come to an end today. But we prepared something special for our final day. Our chairman has a few words he'd like to share with you all. If you would, Mr. Chairman. The festival is finally almost over. Where to begin exactly? I must admit I'm pretty hopeless when it comes to introductions. Just hurry up and make it snappy, Mr. Chairman. Moores is an incredible public speaker. You give him the floor and he works magic up there. Funny thing is, he's a whole other man in the moments right before he starts. Poor guy becomes a total nervous wreck. Don't let his appearance fool you. The chairman of the Business Owners Association is a highly capable man. I'm looking forward to hearing him speak. Bank will be closed tomorrow. It's a little overdue, but the IBC will finally be having a day off. If you wish to make a deposit, now's the time. That's it, I finally figured out why all my investments keep bombing. It's because I've neglected going out and enjoying the festival. Where would be a good place to have some fun? Can you even afford to have fun anymore? The anniversary festival is ending today. It's too bad I didn't get a chance to enjoy it. Still, I'm glad it's wrapping up without incident. Mr. Qua is off on another business trip. My apologies, I believe he'll return within the next few days. The IBC is closed tomorrow to make up for working all the anniversary festival. Just one more day to get through and then it's vacation time. I can't wait. We made it to the last day of the festival. Now it's the time to look alive. There's always trouble brewing in moments like this. She should already be at Michelin. Oh, no, she's not. As the board of directors, it's our responsibility to manage the company in the CEO's absence. We'd like to apologize to Ms. Qua for placing so much of the burden in her lap. Right, I'll see to those documents personally. Handle the reports for the bank and the investment division if you could, please. Okay, I'll have them ready to present to the next board meeting. Oh, are you looking for my father? I'm afraid he's out on another business trip. Of course he dumped the remainder of his work onto me. A splendid performance is always father. Does he normally do that? Yes, one of his most unique talents is to delegate his work onto others. It's practically become second nature for me to take care of it at this point. We decided that we delete any inappropriate files floating around in the Orbital network. Guess we need to be more careful with personal information. Lady Mirabelle really got on our cases thanks to that. Thanks to the hacker the other day, the load average on the Orbital network spiked. We got it back under control today. Still, Lady Mirabelle has plenty of reasons to give us a harsh scolding. Looks like a lot of people are heading out to Michelin today. I think I'll go with the flow and join them. Roy and Mei Ling saved my hide back there. Roy likes to pretend he's lazy, but we all know he tries his hardest. What's up? Today's your last day to exchange prizes. Hello, do you need any help? You can exchange for prizes with me. I don't remember if that... I don't think that's a quest, is it? I need to pull up the list when I get a chance. Couldn't think of it, Serena and the eldest of her two brothers are coming home today. Considering it's a special occasion, maybe we ought to invite them all over to celebrate. I'll probably look off camera just to see like if my point total is correct. Oops, my orbital camera's dead. I need to snap some pictures of the fireworks, so Goddess willing, it'll be back up and running by this evening. The three of us are going out to eat today. The question now is, where do we eat? Maybe somewhere in Central Square? Apparently there have been a bunch of performances happening on the stage at the Harbor District. Unfortunately, I missed out on the one they were having on the third day. Need to make sure I don't get absent-minded again. Don't want to miss out on today's, too. Azzy, what are we going to play next? Playing Bracer is the most popular game right now, but I don't know if you... Sure, we can do that, and they have a typo right there. I'll do anything you want to do today. You got that? Really? Dear, today's the last day of the stamp collection contest, isn't it? I'm gonna rush over and exchange my stamps while I still can. So yeah, I think we have a hidden quest or something where we have to find stamps for someone. Azel's insisting that he'll treat me to dinner with the money he earned from his part-time job. Eating out is a bit of luxury, but I suppose it's okay to indulge every once in a while. His part-time job being the bartender at the Testament Club. I forgot what it's called offhand. Let's head over to the park at the Harbor District next. Here they have plenty of food stalls set up over there. This'll be a blast. And they share a line. Hey there, sweeties. You all heading out somewhere? Yeah, we've got some work to take care of. Oh yeah? Well, that's fine. Just don't pay me any mind. I shouldn't stick my nose into police affairs. Definitely won't end well. Don't know what you were all up to, but I hope it all goes nice and easy. Thanks, Michelle. Seems he's suspicious of us. Sharp as always. Michelle told me that if I finish up all my assigned work now, I won't have to go on that business trip next week. Wait, Wenzel, did you? I merely say that I enjoyed going out on trips alone occasionally. But since the hectic festival period is over, I wanted you to spend time with your fiancée. Thanks, partner. I think I'm going to spend next week with Pearl just like Wenzel suggested. Better check up on her plans to make sure her schedule's free too. And I'm kind of nervous to see her again, it's been too long. Scott's been real busy with work and hasn't been able to spend much time with his fiancée. As his friend, I thought I should try and grant him a little bit of time with her. I think I'll go and have myself a good old fishing session. I'm thinking the city's about to get too noisy for my liking, so maybe I'll head on over to Maine's. Watch out for the moles. Apparently, Peter and that master fisherman guy went to fish at Michelin. Lame, I wanted to challenge him to another fishing showdown. So, Copan has been at St. Ursula's sandbar. I just didn't feature him for anything because it's just one line, but just be aware he's out there if you're really obsessed about getting every single line of dialogue. Are you leaving already? Take care out there, everyone. The city is awfully congested today. made sure to stock 5 times the usual amount today. Now I just need to figure out how to sell it all. Seems like a lot of businesses will be closed for the last day of the festival. Even my boys were able to get the day off, so they're goofing off in the city. And they just went and pushed all the housework onto me. How dare they? Welcome one, welcome all. Thanks for always coming to Din's Fresh. It's the last day of our big sale, so you better stock up on veggies for less while you can. Are they actually on sale? No, they're not. Liar. Trying this enough festival of lies. Hey there, folks. You here to take a look around? Just a heads up, I actually ran out of small change earlier. It's time for the festival's finale sale. I'm going to stack up on as much as I can. Really sorry, you guys. Somehow managed to sell out all my 70th anniversary merchandise. Wait a sec, I sold out? This is the first time I ever pulled it off. It's been quite some time, hasn't it, Len? You've grown so much I almost didn't recognize you. Well, of course, it's been about 8 years. I don't think I'll ever be able to forget the day we had our fight. It's still vividly etched in my mind as if it was only moments ago. It was certainly a once-in-a-lifetime experience, wasn't it? I know Kilika and Lin were acquainted. They seemed close. I think Kilika's a practitioner of Taito? I kind of had my suspicions that she was more than she was lying on to be. What, you're seriously not going to go and greet those two? Just when you finally came to visit Crossbow too. I'm sorry, but I'll have to respectfully decline. And don't forget that I've long retired from that role. But regardless, please pass on my highest regards to them. I see, it's a bit disappointing though. I'm sure they'd be excited to hear from you. So I decided to open a store with Puck. It won't be open in time for the festival, but Crossbow's always got a ton of tourists. I'm pretty confident this will all work out. That perfect store is just waiting to be made. Decided to make amends with my good pal Roos. I think I'm finally on board to open a business together now. You gotta watch out for the owner here. Started chatting with the waitress and he walked over and smacked me with a ladle. It scared the hell out of me. Everyone's just buzzing with excitement today. Meanwhile, I'm heading off to Caliver just like any other day. Us delivery guys don't really get vacations, you know? We made it to the last day of the anniversary festival. Look at how eager all our customers are. I'm gonna savor this until the very end. Man, it's been one heck of a busy year. Considering it was Shanshan's first time working at the anniversary festival, she did really well. And because of her, our revenue has doubled. Master Zhang Wei was worked up into a tizzy the whole time, though. If the looks could kill. Order up. 2 fried rice specials. You know, it has been too busy here today. Looks like we'll get through this just fine. Okay, no one's actually staying here. What's wrong, Daddy? Let's go already. Right when we left, those hoodlums started stirring up trouble. These guys are hopeless. Dear, this might be a problem. Perhaps we shouldn't try to force our way through. What in the world's going on outside? Please stop. I have to take the practical exam for St. Ursula tomorrow. I can't deal with this now. No, that's right. That's the family outside. Now then, I think I'll stretch my legs and attend the closing ceremony later. It's become an annual tradition for myself. She's at work. Maybe that's the family that's outside, but who's in the one underneath? I don't remember offhand. Whoa, what's going on? Why is it raining paper from the sky? Crossbow's got the weirdest weather. Oh well. Dear, are those boys still fighting? I cut Dino some slack today and let him have a break. Just another part of the job of looking after our little rookie. Time to end this thing with a bang. You find a good place yet, Jed? Almost. Almost. Huey's scoping out a few spots right now. Thinking the Times rooftop's looking pretty sweet. It's tradition for the Saber Vipers to throw a huge party in the last day of the festival. Oh, Rick, if you try and ruin our fun, you got it, punk? Hey, wait, I'm not done singing. Festival's ending today. Dude, I should totally make a new festive song to cap it off. Are you not too late already? Huh. I woke up my singing old man and managed to con a wad out of mirror out of him. Time to treat myself to something tasty today. We're gonna have a feast today. I saw a super pretty bird fly east over the sky this morning. Maybe it's a sign of good fortune to come. Hope today's a nice one. Could that be Grianos? And if the name doesn't sound familiar, that's Vita's familiar. Vita being the Anguisse, you know? Been pretty busy trying to draft up some nifty new blueprints for weapon upgrades. No, not quite like that. Not quite like this either. Whenever I'm building something, yeah, that's a typo. I can't help but try and make it worthy of being my magnum opus, so I end up struggling to put it all together. So I guess that's kind of a clue that he's the guy who'll do the Zemurian ore stuff for you. You know, there's actually a lot of people in their universe that can work with Zemurian ore. Trinity is the name of the bar. Wazy's not here today either. Those cool eyes, that gorgeous green hair. Where could you be, my dear Wazy? We'll find out later today. Oh boy, the festival's been so fun. They may be delinquents, but they're not actually all that bad. This bartender looks pretty rough around the edges. You think he's part of the Mafia or something? You idiot, the Mafia live in the city. Pretty sure those guys are rich. While we're on the topic of Mafia, aren't they called Ravache? They're loaded, aren't they? No way in hell they'd hang around a dump like this. Yeah, that does make sense. Downtown district's filled with nothing but poor people. Welcome. Everybody went out today. Doing my part to help run the bar. Are you looking for Wazy? He left for work. I would recommend returning at a later time if you should speak with him. He has work? I'm not obligated to answer your questions. Always a man of few words. And don't worry, we find out what Wazy's job is. If you want a spoiler, he's an escort. I don't like it one bit. My gut's telling me that there's something real shady going down. Likely cause of the whole shindig Ravache has been hyping up. Shindig? You wouldn't happen to be talking about the Shores auction, would you? The heck? You guys know about it too? Ding Marconi started hosting that thing 7 or 8 years ago. Much more creeps pop out of the woodwork when it comes around. It's all thanks to him. I don't like it one bit. It's the festival, man. I really want to go too, but the store's not going to take care of itself, so too bad for me, I guess. So I need 4 action, or no. 3 actions and I can take 1 off. This, it's not really feasible. Oh no, I only have the 1, so I need 4. She has mine 1, mine 2. So I need 4 and 4. Wow, that's a lot of bombs. And the thing is, like, 2000 is still a full heal for this stage of the game. Yeah, only Lloyd and Randy are a little bit over. So the numbers were 4 and 4. Wrong way. See, I need to get one more action. Downtown. So I save out on a small amount of Sepith by doing it this way. I need to find a way to squeeze on cast. I probably have better luck doing it here or something. So yeah, I think I can probably part with the HP thing for cast. I get to keep Breath and Holy Breath, but I lose out on Tira. I was hoping I got one of the higher tier dark spells, but... yeah, I can't move that one. So she needs 4 for that one. Just out of curiosity, let's swap these around. No, it's not worth it. So yeah, she's gonna be the AoE healer. Should be relying on the cast with breath to make up for the lack of time, to make it quicker to get her spell off that she needs. Huh? What are the Testments doing here? They looking for a fight? What should I do? When the hell did this become your turf, you jackasses? Think you can just prance around like you own the place? We tried to pass through here first. Now step aside unless you want things to turn ugly. Some people just never learn, do they? Come on, guys, settle down. When the hell did this become your turn? That's just a repeat. That's lame. We picked a fight with the Vipers. Obviously, we aren't going to back down from the challenge. So yeah, I will go to Station Street and work my way to St. Ursula first. Today is the last day of the adjusted train schedule. Once I wrap up work, should I try to find a spot near the bridge to sit and watch all the trains? People keep talking about how great this theme park at Michelin is. My wallet says no, but mine keeps telling me yes. I mean, with the festival going on, I'm sure it'll be worth the Mira. Better head straight back to Calvert, rather than not have my mood soiled by these massive crowds. Aren't you guys supposed to be working right now? Sorry for the mess yesterday, if I wasn't such a lazy bum, that kid never would have made it out an arch out of the city. Decided to be a new man from here on out. I'll make sure to work with purpose and be a responsible adult. Well, you can't get too greedy. I'm sure you managed to make some unforgettable memories, right? It's already the final day. I wish the good times could last just a bit longer. No business at the airport. I don't remember where you catch that stupid fish at. A little while ago, I caught Dr. Gunter trying to sneak onto the road with all of his fishing gear. When I stopped him and explained the road's dangers, he tossed me one mirror and told me to let this be our little secret. Pretty stingy guy, if you ask me. The most important thing to remember when traveling is to enjoy the cultural unique... That's a repeat. The festival ends today, right? Let's all be swamped with the work these past few days. Hopefully everything starts to wind down now. We're almost to the finish line, so let's end it strong. I thought the hospital food is going to be light and unappetizing, but boy, was I wrong. Since I'm always up to my nose in books, I make sure to treasure our practical training sessions. Nice to see you, everyone. I appreciate you making the trip out here during the craziness of the festival. I don't know if I ever find out what's in that door down there. Spilling's where all the doctors and nurses live. Living together with your coworkers sounds like a blast. That's a repeat. I ordered this book about a doctor thinking it might be good for reference material. It doesn't. Shouldn't that be it wasn't? I wish it'd cover some actual medical practice, but I guess that's not what you're going to get with typical fiction. Here, you can take it off my hands. And there we go, chapter 9. So that 10 is at the black auction, I remember now. One of the maids has it, I think. Sadly, I don't know if Glenn actually has like a piece in the bigger picture of things. He's not like 3 and 9, I think their numbers were, or Carnelia. Even the gambler Jack, I think it was. And Doll Knight, I think, was part of a different Legend of Heroes. It's not part of the Trail series. Chief Ursuline had to go to a faculty meeting this morning. She left pretty early, so I bet she's dragging like a total zombie right about now. That's right. I'm going for a walk with Shizuku around the hospital grounds. With how outstanding her hearing is, she always notices little rabbits and birds I would never catch. Maybe a part of the job. I really do look forward to our little strolls. What was that? We got perfect weather today. All the sheets should dry in no time flat. I'm a genius. Go ahead and dry Mayfa's clothes that I accidentally stained while I'm at it. Maybe that would cheer her up a bit. Pretty sure all the doctors are in the middle of a faculty meeting. A lot goes into running a medical college like St. Ursula. You know, I'm perfectly okay with being a janitor. The roof is so big that they managed to fit a whole other building on top of it. It's amazing. If you climb to the top of the research ward, would you be able to see Crossbell City? I think that's a repeat. I get to go on a walk with Cecile today. Change of scenery may not mean that much to me, but it's still a lot of fun being able to spend time with her. I'm also a little jealous of you, Lloyd. I wish I had a sister like Cecile too. No one. That's a repeat, talking about how the size of her house is big while staying at the linen closet. Admit yourself to St. Ursula while you wait for the storm to blow over. That's what the speaker recommended I do, but how much longer does he expect me to stay here? Dude, you're supposed to have been back a week ago. Oh, we missed Michael's room. I got a letter in the mail from my parents back in Le Mans earlier. They're working really hard to pay for my hospital and surgery costs. I get sad that they aren't here, but at least I have Shizuku. Doing a little observation here at St. Ursula to get a feel for how doctors operate, for future reference. It's easy to understand how they become so renowned in their respective fields, seeing how exact and efficient they are. Today, one of the doctors from the surgical department is coming to check on how my leg is doing. I do hope it's getting better. I looked up which doctor is in charge of examining patients today, and who in the heck is this Dr. Gailey? I want Dr. Gunter to check on me. No one else will do. Can't help but get a tad anxious when the doctors aren't around. I know they say that residents are incredibly bright, but that doesn't mean they're on the doctor's level. Trying to get all the nurses on the same page can be a lot of work. Adios bless Cecile. Her being here sure makes my life a little easier. Saron stole my favorite casual dress right out from one of my drawers, you know, like a criminal. Without that, I'm stuck in this uniform even in the comfort of my own dorm room. You better be ready for one hell of an interrogation, Saron. Like, I've never heard her name before, so I don't know what it is, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, or what. I hope someone can correct me if that's actually a name they're familiar with. There's some giving me the stink eye ever since I found the magazine I tried to hide. It's all the old man's fault. He's the one who gave me the damn thing in the first place. Ever since I gave one of my magazines to that youngin' over there, he's been shooting some mean glares in my direction. Perhaps you want some more? Very well. I guess I wouldn't mind giving him one of my favorites as a token of friendship. Just wait for the nurse to come around when you do it. He'll get a good laugh out of it. Hello everyone, welcome to St. Ursula. If you're looking for one of the doctors in particular, I'm afraid they're almost all at a faculty meeting. Please check the doctor in charge today, and after that, I have a bit of exam paperwork for you to fill out as well. I'm in charge of the office work and general management of the hospital. That includes budget distribution, the handling of funds for equipment, and even orbital network maintenance, believe it or not. It can be quite stressful at times, but it's worth it. Dr. Lago and the others are currently in a faculty meeting. He won't be back today. His faculty meetings are filled with doctors from hospitals all over Zemuria to exchange information, technology, and treatments. That level of cooperation is exactly what the medical field needs to advance forward and carry the whole world with it. Since the doctor isn't in today, I guess I'll have to collaborate with Litton. Sure, he might be sort of smart, but doubt he'll be able to help me improve on my evals, so I'm not that motivated about it. Without Dr. Gailey and Chief Ursuline around, this exam room feels pretty lonely. I'm short on hands, so maybe Flora would come help me. After having our checkups, we'll take the bus back to the same way for the ferry. That should work. We'll wrap up these up lickety-split and then have plenty of time for Michelin. My boyfriend and I are planning to go to Michelin this evening. Look alive, babe. You're next. Hurry up and get in there. In the farthest room down the hall, you'll find the hospital's ICU and our dedicated X-ray room. The X-ray machine is a cutting-edge medical device jointly developed by our amazing doctors here at St. Ursula and a Remiferian inventor. We use a special photo course to take photographs of human bones and internal organs underneath the skin. With this, we can easily pinpoint the origin of diseases without having to make an incision. Though this technology was still in the development stage, I'm surprised to hear it's already being put to use. St. Ursula certainly earns its place as the mecca of modern medicine. And that instance shouldn't mecca be a capital M? Yeah, I didn't even understand half of that, but it's obvious that whatever it is, it's amazing. Let's see here, general checkup information. For preemptive care, we recommend patients have a comprehensive examination that utilizes our most advanced equipment to detect diseases in advance. Wow, St. Ursula really does have it all. Most other hospitals don't offer anything like this. I genuinely wasn't expecting this many people to show up on the closing day of the festival. For the hospital has equipment that can automatically assess a person's health. Also, with the exhaustion I build up doing the housework day in and day out, I'd love to have a checkup that's a repeat. I'll mess around with the fish later. Let's go east. Final day of the festival, huh? This year we had Derek rain food stall and some tours who went so far as to trek out to the ancient battlefield. It's definitely a bit of a wild ride, but I'd say this festival turned out to be pretty exciting. It's crazy how different the culture is in our market compared to the city. Yeah, that's a repeat. That one's the easiest one for me to remember because we both share the disappointment. Sophomore in the river, chirping the birds, gorgeous scenery, our market would be the perfect place for a picnic, and I'm starving. That's a repeat. Up until yesterday, business was booming for us. I couldn't believe my eyes at first. Now that's over and done with, our calm, peaceful days are finally going to come back. Fresh veggies this cheap? Need to stockpile, that's a repeat. Well, when tourists took the bus back to the city, things really slowed back down here. I think Jake's just slacking off again. Is it time to give him another firm talking to? Stefan, welcome back. You're early, aren't you? Yeah, about that. Mom said the closing ceremony would be too crowded, so we had to leave early. Seriously? Well, you better make sure to tell us all about the anniversary festival sometime. Tell us. Sure, I don't mind. These kids aren't too bad. They keep inviting me to play with them, and we end up having a lot of fun. Did you get us souvenirs? Yeah, I got a few. I'll try to bring them to you guys later. Thank you. Really wanted to go have fun at the anniversary festival this year. Maybe I can talk Stefan into letting me come along next year. Just like every year, I worked hard, kept my nose to the grindstone. By the time I looked up, the anniversary festival had flown right by me. It's just life of a farmer, so don't bother me none. I wanted to take the kids to the anniversary festival, but we had to change plans. Oh well, I guess it's better to be too busy with work than to have none at all. Looks like all the tourists have more or less returned to the city. Was it really such a good idea to set up a food stall in the city to bring them here? Well, true, the village did benefit from it. I can't ignore the fact that people end up wandering onto the ancient battlefield too. When Derek comes back, we're going to sit down and have a serious conversation. Fisto to Faso? My husband and son each have their own methods, but I know both of them only have the village's best interests at heart. Differing opinions and ideas are always going to clash to an extent, but I can't help but feel conflicted about the whole thing. Derek should be coming back any minute now, so I'll take care of the apiary until then. It's been just as tough as I thought it'd be. Yeah, taking care of bees is something I never really even dreamed of doing. Little suckers seem really annoying to me. Just kill me. No, cheer up, me. Come tomorrow, see you back in the village, and everything will be right with the world. I feel like the festival crowd is finally starting to die down. Being able to cook so much for people was nice while it lasted. The inn has finally returned to peace and quiet right as I finish the book I've been reading. Maybe I should go grab a bite to eat now. Listen, you better stop slandering Scott's good name. He's 10 times the man you could ever hope to be. You left me behind and ran away in my time of need. This is a massive misunderstanding. Darling, I'm begging you, let's just go back home to Calvert already. Yeah, Scott's taken anyway. Better get out of town before Pearl gets wind of this. Being here in the village is like a breath of fresh air. I can almost imagine myself tending to the fields while basking in the sun's glow. When I'm old, I want to spend the rest of my days in a relaxing place like this. Steph and I had a fun time at the festival, though we made sure to return before we ran into the closing ceremony's crowd. It was a wonderful time, but fighting the city's crowds every day left me exhausted. The village's atmosphere soothes my soul like nothing else. I just can't do it. The whole festival has passed by and I couldn't bring myself to go to their guild at all. Well, it's not the end of the world. They were probably insanely busy with the festival anyway. I'm hopeless, aren't I? Yes. Kick her into the river. Yell out, "This is Crossbell," while you're doing it. Almost time for a wave of people to return home. I'd plan to take the day off tomorrow, but maybe I should postpone it if we're going to be so busy. Finally, it's the last day of the festival. I guess most of the tourists had no intention of staying for the closing ceremony. Makes me think they only came because it's trendy. If I wait here long enough, I'll be the first person to board the bus back to the Republic. Look at all the cool soldiers. Do you think they'd play with me if I asked? And that's the thing about the skirt. Whoa. I'm in a hurry here. Come on, move it. No problems to report? Well, if we ignore my exhaustion, that is. Today's been quite the rush. Man, these car inspections are a slog. It's just one right after another. It's kind of Jack gave me a hand with all these, but now his plate's too full. Inspection's always such a bother. Holy crap, everything's busy. I gotta wolf this thing down and get back to work. But then again, just inhaling your food does a real number on your digestive system, to eat or not to eat. Where's the boss? I've been waiting nearly an hour now for the next one. There are lots of customers today. Serving them all by myself definitely isn't the easiest thing in the world. Everyone seems busy. Suppose I'll go help Temis later, since I got the time. I don't know if it's Temis or Tomas. Yep, that's the thing about her cleaning. I don't think we've ever seen anyone in here. So I think that's supposed to be a picture of Ilya on the left. I don't know what that is on the right. Something that just didn't convert well to the upscaling. Can't be dilly-dallying around here either. I should go see if anyone needs any help. We received a report yesterday about a pair of tourists that wandered into the ancient battlefield near Ormorica village. But from the sound of it, you guys beat us to the punch and got them out of there before anyone got hurt. Thank you, everyone. Our patrol should have kept something like that from happening in the first place, but... Don't mention it, Sergeant Major. We did what anyone would do in those circumstances. What he said. Thank you. I can always count on the special support section. Deputy Commander, something wrong? No. I just happen to notice a certain expression on all four of your faces. One I'm all too familiar with. It's the kind of expression one makes when they're about to go against orders. She must have realized that we planned to sneak into the auction. A woman's intuition is a powerful weapon. I don't like that look one bit. Did I say something strange? Well, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Altair looks so tiny, Tangram Hill, yada yada, repeat. Now that I think about it, don't all these games have at least one festival taking place? Sky 1 has the Grancel thing at the end of the game. I remember Sky 2 offhand, but I'll have to think about it. 3 is a weird game, so that one I don't really count. This game has this chapter. I don't know about Azure. Cold Steel 1 has the Farming Festival. I think there was something in the second game, too. This is where the buses from the Republic depart from. Festival's over, eh? Well, I'd love to head over and help out with everything. Unfortunately, I can't really leave my post right now. Half of me feels guilty, but the other half is pretty relieved, to be honest. Yeah, we're done here. Luckily, the west side should be a lot faster and easier. But now that I think about it, when I played this game now, I ran into the Shining Palms a lot. When I played it the first time, I ran into them once. I don't know if they changed the encounter rate for this game, or did I just have that bad luck? Work should start slowing down after today, I hope. Delivery truck arrived pretty late yesterday. Probably shouldn't have, but I blew my lid and chewed about Billy, the driver. Just found it strange that he came late when he's usually so punctual. I didn't stop to think that something might have happened to him. Thinking back, I kind of feel bad about it now. So, that's a repeat. Honey, do you mind waiting here while I deal with the departure inspection? Alright, darling. Remember, I despise waiting, so make it quick, okay? He needs to go flush his contraband. Had an influx of tourists returning to their home countries. There are so many. Am I even going to be able to finish today? This sucks. Everyone's been having fun at the anniversary festival. I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere. And that's just a repeat. This is definitely going to take some time. Coming before it got dark ended up being the right call after all. No illegal goods, no sign of tampering. Cargo looks good to go. Whenever I go on sightseeing trips, I always have to check out the local cuisine. Wonder what sort of food waits me in Crossbell. I've got so much to do today that I don't even have time to be admiring Stella. Even so, you can't fight on an empty stomach. I better grab myself a big meal before I start the day's work. Enjoy the peppers, buddy. It's awfully busy today. Probably won't have time to add anything extra to the soldiers' meals. You can make some time for peppers. Current CGF's armored car mobility is nothing to scoff at. It can take sharp turns like it's nothing. Unfortunately, while it's an exceptional device individually, it's not given the same kind of respect as the military tech of other countries. The Empire has their mighty railway guns, and the technologically advanced Liberal has their high-speed cruiser, the Arsail. Having no countermeasures to such powerful weapons is Crossbell's fatal flaw. Where the heck am I? Time to explore. Repeat, by the way. Is that the same picture? I think it is. I've been in charge of Belgar Gate during the festival, but that ends today. With luck, everything will wrap up without any complications. You know, that idiot you call the commander is probably going to keep skipping work off after the anniversary festival, too. It's going to be up to you to lead the troops here, Muriel. I know. Said with a degree of resignation, you know? Let's see if he's still going on about falling. Yep. I've been meaning to get closer to Brood since we guard the same area and all, so I tried to ask him a question to make conversation. What exactly do you think about the Liberal incident? Thinking I probably shouldn't have asked something like that out of the blue. Strangely enough, Dahlia actually spoke to me today. She was talking about something so technical I couldn't follow a word she said. Okay, all that's left is mains and the church. It's getting a little late too, so I'm hoping I can actually knock this out. Ursula Road. I went the wrong way. I meant to hit mains. Okay. I don't think there's gonna be anyone in the mines. Overheard someone mention that a young boy had gotten lost in the city. Apparently many people saw all of you scouring the city for him. Truly a job well done. During the anniversary festival, Mass will be held in the cathedral. Today is the final day of the festival. I need to make sure I see my duties through to the end. Crosswell Cathedral's extraordinary feat of architecture. Yeah, that's a repeat. The anniversary festival ends today, and tomorrow Sunday school will resume. Knowing all the children will be back in class gives me the motivation I need. I think that's unique. That isn't a repeat, but I had to stop and think about it. Today's the final day that so many tourists heading to Michelin. I should probably join them and try to strike a few good deals. Dear Adios, grant me more business opportunities. Like every year before it, a great number of people come to attend our festival mass this time around. I pray that all our visitors stay safe and return here in high spirits next year. Now, once tonight's mass comes to a close, so will our activities for the anniversary festival. Many found their way to our parish this week. I pray that Adios will be with them in their endeavors always. Today is the final day of the anniversary festival. Adios, guide these festivities to a most peaceful conclusion. I'm here praying for a safe trip. I'd be devastated if something happened to me ruining my big vacation. Adios, give me a hand here, alright? I'm busy preparing tomorrow's lesson. Let's see, it might be interesting to touch on the geography of foreign countries. Wonder if that might be when we have the quiz here. We're running out of time for it, and we haven't seen it yet. Hey there, Joshua. They look like they're having fun, don't they? We came here to deliver something to the Archbishop, but as expected, Estelle got caught up in playing with the kids. She seems to be quite into it. Clearly very fond of Estelle. Tell me about it. Kids have always been drawn to her for as long as I can remember. So much so you could probably just call it another one of her many talents. Thank you so much for yesterday. Both Estelle and I felt like we were carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders for a while there. So, thanks. Oh no, we really didn't do anything that special. Hey, you can thank us by making sure to catch that devilish little girl. We'll do our best. And unfortunately, to find out what happens next, you gotta play Azure. You get your to be continued a little early here. Listen up, kiddos. Come on, single file line. They aren't listening at all. Well, if that's the case, if you can't beat them, join them. Oh, Estelle. Someone's having fun. If you don't cut it out, I'll unleash my most powerful tickle barrage. Apparently this lady's a bracer. I don't buy it. I think I'm getting tired of playing, Tamil. Hey, Tamil, stop messing with those girls. You're just bothering them. Come on, we should go home already. Or is it Tamil? I don't really remember. I don't think they ever tell you either. We still have to do the flower gathering quest. There was a big crowd of folks at the harbor while I was out doing some grocery shopping just now. They were probably heading to Michelin to blow off some steam fire, I guess. If only I was a wee bit younger. I know we haven't missed it yet because one of the areas just unlocked fairly recently. If I ignore the fact that somehow I ended in the middle of a bunch of graves, the place has quite the view, so yeah, that's the picture thing. I don't know if you could still do that if you didn't do it yet. This might be your last chance. Just like that, 70 years of Crestwell's history quietly slipped by. Perhaps I'll spend the day here gazing at the scenery. And with that, we need to go off to Mainz. In case you're wondering, I don't think you can find Ren in the game anymore. She's just out. Another anniversary festival, another failed attempt at bagging me a good man. It's okay, I'll turn around next year. Why do I feel a sense of deja vu? Did I say the same thing last year? Probably. Tonight I'll have to go pick up all the miners from the city. You think Gantz managed to break even this year? I doubt it. We are talking about Gantz after all. I don't remember if it's chapter 4 of the intermission when he's all drugged up. Today's the end of the festival, isn't it? Instead, tourists visiting all the miners went to celebrate should be coming back. I'm swamped. That's the stuff. Drinking alone right around noon is one of the best things life has to offer. Yeah, that's the alcoholic. Drinking his hard tea. We're able to get the fine alcohol we serve here through a trader named Harold Hayworth. I assure you, his taste in drinks is just as nice as his looks. The miners have been thirsty the past few weeks. I'll need to ask him for more alcohol next time he stops by. My lady finally obtained the septium crystal she was desperately searching for. It's indeed a miracle. Something tells me that she does not fully comprehend that we racked up a debt of nearly 4 months of inn expenses. I will do my sanity a favor and try not to think about it. At long last, I finally achieved my life's goal, negotiating and purchasing septium crystals. Even so, this is the first time I've seen such a tremendous crystal of carnelia. With this, I'll be able to return to my father with pride. It's one step closer to becoming the great merchant I intend to be. But it took you 4 months. Anyway, I think carnelia is red. I'm not 100% sure on colors. Like, I never really cared to learn what's the difference between taupe and mauve and so on. I just know chartreuse is a bit of a yellowish color. I haven't been around many mining towns before, but must say the scenery's pretty spectacular. I think that's a repeat. I'll admit I was a little intimidated when I heard Felicia was from the Empire, but she ended up being an extraordinarily kind and gentle girl. I was expecting her to be like those snotty Imperial soldiers, but I was wrong. Maybe Erebonians aren't all bad after all. No, they are. Especially that one prince. Yeah, that's right, I'm talking about you-know-who. Stupid Cedric. Yesterday, this Erebonian merchant named Felicia came to negotiate a deal for some of our septium crystals again. She's been coming to me to talk about it more times than I can count. I finally gave in to her persistence and sold her some. With that relentless nature of hers, it's no surprise she's the daughter of a successful merchant. Yep, she's in the red, most likely from the inn fees. Logi's constant complaining about how boring work was yesterday made me start to wonder, do any of the miners actually enjoy their job? They look like they have a lot of fun just drinking and talking about the casino after work. And the kid gets his first dose of reality. Loki's nasty habit of slacking off never fails to make me worry for that boy. Doesn't matter whether he stays a miner or not, I just want to see him be passionate about something once in his life. I believe this is Logi over here. Mine Chief's son looked down in the dumps today. Guess that was probably my fault. Look at me, complaining to a kid I'm a failure. Today marks the end of the anniversary festival. I think I might invite the mine chief and Mayor Bixen to come down to Derzeagle and toss back a few drinks with me. Could probably get Logi too while I'm at it. After resting for so long, Max will finally be able to go back to work tomorrow. I'm gonna put my heart and soul into tomorrow's lunchbox. He earned it. Up here. We're almost done, boys. We're hitting the 90-minute mark pretty soon. Daddy told me he'll be closing the store tonight so we can go have some fun. We've been super busy the whole festival, so I hope he's able to have a good time. Guess I'll knock back a few at Derzeagle later. Hey, I like to relax too, you know. Is this a mine? Yeah, that's a repeat about the mining helmet. I don't think there's anyone in the mine. We'll actually poke our heads in there and look around. And that's the Echo. Feel bad for causing Miranda to worry all the time. That being said, the mining crew is the pride of the town. No matter what danger we may face, we can't run away from it. Alec is starting to realize miners aren't just doing their jobs because it's fun. Wish he would think about working somewhere safer instead of being all gung-ho about something as dangerous as mining. It's enough having to worry about my husband coming home safely, but my son too. Sadly, that is the reality for a lot of miners. I know a lot of mining families take a lot of pride that they've been in those mines for several generations, but what's really heartbreaking is the places have only gotten marginally safer over time. Oh well, that is where we're going to wrap things up in this video. We've spoken to all the people and all the places that we can find. Well, outside of Michelin, that is, but that's something for later. So when we pick up next time, we'll be facing off against the moles. I'll try to catch the fish. And, there's a couple quests for us to do, I'll put it that way. Anyway, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.